What's up, video? We're going to talk about Tesla stock. So Tesla recently posted their Q2 2020 update today, and the stock is up. It's up about 4 to 5% in after-hours trading. So I figured I would make this video and kind of cover how Tesla posted a four straight quarter of positive earnings. That means that they are eligible for S&P 500 inclusion, which is a great sign. And the funny thing about Tesla is that it will end up being one of the largest companies on the S&P 500 once it becomes included, and it's sitting at the largest market cap ever. So let's take a look of companies that are newly included into the S&P 500. So this is a really bullish signal, simply because a lot of mutual funds and index funds will be forced to purchase the stock to kind of track the underlying S&P 500 index. So it was really impressive to see Tesla kind of make their goals to stay profitable amidst the whole pandemic situation. So let's take a look at the quarterly report. Okay, so you can find this information on the Tesla's IR. Just simply head over to the investor relations and hit their Q2 2020 update. So one of the things I was really looking for in this update was basically profitability. We just wanted Tesla to basically be profitable. We weren't expecting much since the governments, especially in California, mandated that factories were closed due to the whole pandemic situation. So the fact that Tesla was able to stay profitable, even though they lost a couple, almost 2 whole months of closures, is really impressive. So let's just take a look at the highlights. Their cash position increased to 8.6 billion, and what we're looking at right here is that they stayed profitable in terms of generally accepted accounting principles net income, and they achieved 4 quarters of sequential profitability. So that's the key number that we're looking for in this report. And then some other operation updates. They're looking to build another gigafactory. So I think that the whole fallout with kind of the whole Fremont factory being closed for so long, and I think Elon Musk realized that there is a lot of vulnerability to having all your eggs in one basket. So I think opening another factory in the United States will kind of give a more stability to production and allow Tesla to obviously increase their production numbers. So right now they're aiming for around 500,000 vehicles produced, which is a massive amount of electric vehicles. Remember, all of Tesla's vehicles are electric. So the more factories that they open, the more they'll be able to increase those production numbers, because after reading this report, it looked like that most of the factories were running at full capacity. So instead of just, obviously it'd be very difficult to increase that production output at specific factories. They're going to make more factories. And of course, they increased the Model S range to 402 miles. It's really nice to see these vehicles update over time. And the really nice thing about Tesla is that these vehicles do get better over time, and that's one of the draws, I think, to why Tesla stock has been doing so well. It's the only other comparison I can really think of is probably Apple, just a company that continues to innovate and a company that continues to get better and more valuable over time in their specific sector. So let's take a look at the actual numbers. So, because of the whole pandemic situation, revenues have basically been flat. So we really haven't seen any big gains in revenues there. But the good thing is that free cash flow is positive, and as I mentioned earlier, net income is stayed positive. So this is the 4 quarters I'm talking about. So 143 million in Q3 2019, 105 million Q4 2019, 16 million, of course, due to the whole pandemic situation. This was probably the biggest hit, and then 104 million. So 4 straight quarters, and that's all you need to get included in the S&P 500. They have a bunch of rules, but that is one of them. So really nice. It's going to be really exciting to see how this stock price is affected. I actually read a couple of articles, and I realized that it's basically a 50-50 shot whether the stock price will really have a substantial increase. I think that Tesla stock had already priced in positive earnings due to some leaked emails. So I don't think that the stock is necessarily going to just run to $2,000, but I think that's where we're headed by the end of the year. And I think it's pretty spectacular considering that this stock was just around $360 to $400 during the whole pandemic crash earlier this year. So it's just really amazing to see this stock could actually potentially have a 4 or 5 bagger on our hands, and basically, around 3 to 6 months. So really, really exciting for you guys that held on to Tesla stock. I think just this beginning, I posted a video earlier about how I thought Tesla stock was going to $3,000 by 2025, but I'm definitely going to have to update that estimate because I think that that is a little bit too long term. By 2025, who knows? Tesla could be trading at around seven, 8,000, $10,000 if they continue to kind of stay on this trajectory. So some of the other numbers that I wanted to, I'm not going to talk too much about the total production numbers because, of course, these have been basically delayed due to the whole pandemic situation. But the really nice thing I think about Tesla is that there's a lot of growth ahead. So as you can see here, there's a lot of future products in the pipeline. And right now, Tesla is basically shooting for around 500,000 deliveries on just basically a couple core products. So the Cybertruck, and I just read an update saying that the Tesla Semi was supposed to be launched in 2021. So that is kind of a competitor to the Nikola motor, and of course, it's going to be really interesting to see the Roadster as well. So, lots of growth for Tesla moving forward. And one thing that I also noticed, as I mentioned, Tesla vehicles, they continue to get smarter, and that's because they have software updates. So, just like Apple and iOS has really good software updates, Tesla is using that same strategy. But one of the interesting things that I noticed was the solar business. So as you can see here, it says solar roof installations tripled in Q2 compared to Q1. We continue to expand our installation team to increase our deployment rate. This is another thing that I'm really interested in Tesla, and I really need to make a video on this, but I talked about Sunrun earlier. I talked about it many months ago that I really like the company. I think solar, um, solar roof installations for both commercial and residential homes is going to be a big business for the next 5 to 10 years. And Sunrun recently acquired one of their competitors, and their stock has been on an absolute tear. So I need to talk a little bit more about Sunrun, but I think that this is a nice business for Tesla as well. It really kind of diversifies. The company. So, Tesla's not just a car company, they're really a electric car company and a solar company as well. And obviously, you know, we want to see the company focus, but I like the fact that they're installing solar roofs so they can kind of give that's like another product that consumers can purchase. So you would want an ideal situation, you'd want customers to purchase a Tesla vehicle and then purchase a solar roof as well. So that's kind of like a complementary product. Whereas you go to McDonald's and you buy a hamburger, they ask you, do you want fries with that? So I think that's a nice little thing that Tesla's doing. And I think it really makes Tesla, they're not just a car company, and it gives them that extra, upper hand advantage over their competition. Whereas Apple is not just a smartphone company, they're actually a services company. And Apple is geared to make more money selling services in the long run than they do from their actual products. So it'd be really interesting to see how far Tesla can take this solar roofing thing, because obviously not every consumer is going to purchase a car, but I think in the future people are really going to adapt solar energy. So it would be interesting to see how far the solar business and the energy business will go in the long term. So definitely something to stay on track of. And as I mentioned earlier, they have capacity to exceed 500,000 vehicle deliveries this year, and we would expect Tesla to be reaching for millions of vehicle deliveries into the near future. So everything's looking good here. It's really impressive to see Tesla basically. Here's a couple of the pictures, um, some of the factories. So as you can see here, most of the cars are produced by robots. So this is once again another kind of just interesting concept. The way Tesla is run, it's a really uh, efficiently run company, and it's profitable. So I think that was the biggest knock. I think people thought that Tesla was all hype, but now that they're achieving profitability, things are looking great. So, that's about it to wrap up this quarterly report here. Now, I want to talk a little bit about where Tesla stock is going. So, okay, so if we take a look at the year to date chart, we see Tesla stock is up around 270% as of the close. And obviously, the stock's going to be up a bunch due to this good news. But, this is just another long term hold, I think. I think people are definitely interested in doing things like trading options, and I've read a bunch of articles and seen a bunch of videos where guys are making a bunch of money on options. But this could kind of be kind of your a little bit of your savings account. Holding a couple shares of Tesla and just setting them aside and waiting a couple years is going to do wonders for your net worth. So, guys, I would just say we just want to keep following this company quarter after quarter. It's a really, really important thing because one of the things I've noticed about stock market over the years is that when what gets measured gets improved. So as you continually to constantly read these reports and stay on top, not just with the news updates, but really the quarterly updates, because in the annual reports as well, because this really gives you insight into the company. And my guess is most people aren't reading these reports. So if you really want to know what's going on with Tesla, be sure to dig into that Q2 update and check it out for yourself. A lot of interesting information there, and it really clarifies things on where Tesla is heading. So, like I said, congratulations to Tesla bulls out there and Elon Musk and everybody out there. It's been amazing to see this company grow, and no, I'm just overwhelmed by how Tesla has done so well amidst all the haters, amidst all of the pandemic closures and things like that. They continue to produce, and that's basically what we're looking for Tesla. As long as Tesla is producing and they're putting more electric vehicles on the road, which means reducing the amount of ICE vehicles, this is just going to do better for the environment. So, the whole thing about Tesla is that it is a green company, and they're doing a great job of reducing the carbon footprint. So, two thumbs up for Tesla, and it'll be really interesting to see where their stock goes. And basically, we're halfway towards $3,000. So, I think a $3,000 price target by next summer of 2021. I don't think it's unreasonable, and I'll probably have to update my 2025 price target. So, I'll be posting a new video on that, guys. So, that's it for now, guys. A really exciting news, and I hope you guys are doing well out there. So, if you guys enjoyed this video, please subscribe to my channel by smashing the red subscribe button, and give this video a thumbs up if you enjoy my content. So if you guys have any questions, you want to see any more future videos, just let me know in the comments. So that's it, until next time, guys. Take care.